Hi, I'm Dustin Saldarriaga, an immigration lawyer with Scott Legal PC in New York City. And in this video, I'll be walking you through the first of several requirements for an E-2 investor visa, the Nationality Requirement. This is the requirement that the E-2 investor applicant must be a national of an E-2 treaty country. I'll talk about what that means in practice, including its impact if you're a citizen of more than one country, and I'll also share with you possible solutions if you don't currently have citizenship in an E-2 country, a situation that many people who are currently on an E-2 visa have successfully navigated. For a deeper dive into the E-2 visa requirements, check out our full webinar on the E-2 visa, which we've posted to our YouTube channel and will link to below. On our firm's blog, which we've also linked to below, we've published hundreds of posts on the nuances of the E-2 visa. Finally, please remember that none of the information in this video is a replacement for hiring a qualified immigration lawyer who can guide you through the process and help you navigate any risks that are specific to your application. The E-2 visa is one of our firm's most popular visa options because it's one of the best visas for those who want to own and build a business in the United States. The visa can be issued for up to 5 years and can be renewed indefinitely. There are no educational requirements that the applicant must meet, and the required investment amount is usually far lower than for other visa options, including the EB-5 investor visa. So what are the requirements? Two of the fundamental requirements for an E-2 investor visa are that the applicant must own at least 50% of the business and that the applicant must satisfy the nationality requirement. We'll spend time focusing on the 50% ownership requirement in a separate video. In this video, we'll take a look at the second requirement, the nationality requirement. This requirement says that to be eligible for an E-2 investor visa, you must be a citizen of a country that has a specific treaty with the United States. There are about 80 of these countries, which we'll call E-2 treaty countries, and they can be found around the world, in Africa, Asia, Australia, Europe, and North and South America. The U.S. Department of State publishes a complete and updated list of E-2 treaty countries on its website, which we'll link to below. If you have a passport from an E-2 treaty country, this is usually all you need to meet the nationality requirement. This is the case even if you actually live in a country that is not an E-2 treaty country. As long as you have a passport from a country that is an E-2 treaty country, you would generally meet the requirement. Let's take an example. Let's say that you were born and raised in Uruguay, which is not an E-2 treaty country. But through a parent, you have a passport from Spain, which is an E-2 treaty country. Even if you've never lived in Spain, worked in Spain, or even visited Spain, you would still satisfy the nationality requirement since you have a Spanish passport. Now this gets us to an important topic, which is how someone who doesn't have a passport from an E-2 treaty country can plan to apply for an E-2 visa. This is a very common question, especially among our clients who are from China and India. Neither China nor India is an E-2 country. The answer is that they can apply for citizenship in a country that is an E-2 country. This might sound like a far-fetched and time-consuming option, but it doesn't have to be. We've actually worked with a number of clients from China, India, South Africa, and other countries that are not E-2 treaty countries who have been able to quickly get citizenship in a second country. A common choice is Grenada, and below we'll share a link to our blog post that explains the process to apply for citizenship in Grenada. Once you've received citizenship from Grenada or another E-2 country, you would simply use that passport and submit your E-2 application. Now, a couple notes worth mentioning. First, if you're a U.S. citizen, a U.S. national, or a lawful permanent resident in the United States, you are not eligible for an E-2 visa, even if you also have citizenship from an E-2 country. So let's say you have a passport from Italy, which is an E-2 country, but you're also a U.S. citizen or you have a green card. In that case, you would not be eligible for an E-2 visa. You might be wondering why a U.S. citizen would want to apply for an E-2 visa. One of the main reasons is that an E-2 company can employ people from abroad who share the citizenship of the E-2 company. So if a citizen of Italy started an E-2 business in the United States, they could then apply for another citizen of Italy to come to the U.S. to work for the company as an E-2 employee. We'll link to a blog post with more information about E-2 employees below. The other exception to the nationality requirement applies to citizens of the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom has one of the oldest treaties with the United States. It was signed in 1815. But the language in the treaty only includes those who actually live in the UK. As a result, E-2 applicants applying on a UK passport must not only have UK citizenship, they must also include evidence that they actually lived in the UK in the recent past. This could include tax records showing they paid taxes in the UK, a lease agreement and utility bills showing that they have an apartment there, credit card or bank statements showing that they made purchases there, or school or payroll records showing that they studied or worked in the UK. For example, if you were born and raised in the UK, but for the past 10 years you've been living and working in the Middle East, you would likely not satisfy the nationality requirement as it applies to UK citizens. Again, this is a requirement that is unique to citizens of the United Kingdom. Those applying on a passport from other E-2 treaty countries would usually satisfy the nationality requirement with a simple copy of their passport, even if they don't actually live in the E-2 treaty country. We hope this video about the E-2 visa was helpful. If it was, please help us out and click the like and subscribe buttons below to stay updated on future videos about visa options and travel to the US. Thanks for watching.